NRG versus Atelier, your next match in the RLCS North American League play. With the commentary is going to be Wave Punk and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
Thanks so much, Axel Toss. We have Atelier versus NRG, and these two teams give us a time to talk about an interesting storyline that developed at the end of last season. We had Exodus, or that turned into Orbit. They played 2 seasons very well, but then fell apart in the LAN, and then that team splits up at the end of last season. Right. One of those team members, Garrett, went over to NRG. One of them went to Ohana. Moses is on Ohana. They did not qualify for RLCS, and here we have Turtle, the 3rd member, who has formed a new team. So we have 2 former teammates going head-to-head here in this matchup.
Yeah, those guys have a lot of history. I mean, originally they were Vex, and then they went to like Turbulence, and then they were Exodus, and then they were Orbit. So they've gone through a lot of changes. They were one of the more standing rosters. They were an underdog coming into the first season.
Yes.
And after putting all that time together, they realized, you know what, something isn't clicking. There was some internal conflict that we don't need to get into, but they realized that friendship was more important and realized that moving on to something else might work out better. Good to see that both of those guys are still in here with Turtle and Garrett. But that might change something. These guys have played together for a long time. They might know how each other plays pretty well because of that.
The desk put a lot of confidence behind NRG, but they also put a lot of confidence behind Genesis earlier, who got beaten by Selfless pretty handily. So we will see if that curse continues. We've also had all 3 1s today, so if that trend continues, we should see Atelier gaining at least 1 game here off of NRG. Taking us to game 4. Pretty back and forth for the beginning of game number 1 here on DFH. We've got Atelier in the orange, NRG in the blue. Fireburner will kill that in the corner, and Turtle will pick it up off of that missed touch, carry it all the way out by himself. Moving very far up, a nice bump onto Garrett, and he goes for the bump onto Jacob as well. This opens up a lot of space, but Jacob still able to get a foot onto the ball, send it away from his goal. Sizz doesn't have the free shot.
NRG coming out a lot faster this game as well, as they put on numerous attempts in the corner, just nothing really able to play back inside.
Fireburner in the air. Does not meet Matt, who's able to put it on target, and that is first blood for Atelier.
Like you said, not able to meet him up. Sizz plays it inside, and as that contest comes across from Garrett, it pops up instead of out, setting it back up for Matt. Is he able to put a shot in, and then another defensive mistake, missing the save. Just
like that, Atelier asserting that they are here to play. They're top 8 in North America, not going to be scared off by the giant NRG. Jacob with an excellent setup. Fireburner looking to respond here quickly. The duo they were talking about on the desk looking to create offensive pressure. As Jacob sends it over to the side, there's Garrett, newest member of the team, fitting in very well here. Jacob now puts it in the corner, lets it bounce out. Fireburner's there, puts it over the top of Matt, but does not find the net. Almost had revenge on Matt to tie up the game, but NRG's going to keep this offensive going. As Matt sends it out, Sizz in the air alongside Turtle. That's 3 players up on offense right now for Atelier, but Turtle will fall back quickly as Fireburner looks to gain ball control and shoot towards the backboard.
Good decision making as well. There was a mistouch that played that backwards for Fireburner. And rather than forcing it downfield with himself, he waits patiently, lets his teammates turn around, and then he places it on net.
An excellent shot into the midfield. Sizz looks to follow it up, but Jacob has the better read onto target. Upper 90 tie game.
Jacob yet again with these touches. You see Fireburner play it up high. Sizz ends up trying to go for it, but Jacob immediately boosts down and goes underneath him, balances it, and then puts another pop in. Top right corner. Jacob is popping off.
Jacob on fire right now. And that's saying something because he's got a player on his team named Fireburner. This guy.
That didn't take long.
It didn't take long at all. Fireburner plays it over to the side. And he'll be able to just pass it to himself off the wall, deep in the enemy territory again. Atelier will respond. Turtle will fake it off the wall, and Sizz will move up in the open space. Has it onto the backboard, has an opportunity, but it'll bounce past him, and Fireburner will win the 50-50 all the way down. Jacob just has to touch it lightly, and that's the lead for NRG.
Big clear coming out. You see these guys trying to spread the field. Matt comes in for a contest, but gets dunked by Fireburner. That changes everything possession-wise, and then able to clear it down. You see Jacob in a position to actually capitalize on that too. He was just waiting for that pass, and we talked about that with Radiance, how they needed to maybe keep somebody downfield. Something NRG doing very well. Very methodical in their plays, despite Jacob playing as weird as he does.
Oh, Jacob with the pass out to Fireburner, who takes a quick shot. Goes just high, but Jacob going to try and keep this pressure on. See if Garrett can move up, keep this offense going. 2 players on the backboard. A light touch from Sizz straight out, and Turtle will pick it up before Fireburner could intercept.
Good team clear.
2:17 left to go. It's in the blue corner. Fireburner out to Jacob, but intercepted by Sizz. Garrett will pick it up off the touch. Jacob looks to pass it back down to Garrett. An excellent play, but Matt able to read it first. Clears it away. Back into the orange. The long clears from NRG continue to threaten Atelier right now. Matt will send this one onto the backboard. Fireburner will be there to clear it to the side. Jacob will follow up, putting it back down into the orange. Follows his own touch off the wall, almost gets the bump onto Sizz. If he had succeeded in bumping Sizz, Fireburner would have had an open net.
I would just got up and walked away if I saw that. That is ridiculous. But that's the weird stuff they're talking about. Like, okay, Jacob, yeah, he misses that touch off the wall when he's trying to pop it back inside. But what does he do? He follows it anyway, gets a touch underneath one, and then almost bumps a guy. Like, Jacob's ridiculous.
He is pulling off just, yes, the most absurd. It's like just string Rocket League words together, and that's what he's pulling off right now.
It's like you're playing Tony Hawk or whatever, and they're like, all right, what trick you're going to do? And you just name a bunch of them.
Yeah.
That's Jacob, but playing Rocket League.
He's just mashing all the Rocket League buttons. And the Rocket League's like, I didn't know we could do that move, but okay. Garrett and Fireburner are going to be trying to move this one out together here. Bumping Matt along as well. And that one will be cleared back to the midfield. A 1-goal lead right now for NRG as we enter the last minute of game number 1. Our best of 5. It's lofted high right now, and Garrett will be able to send it towards the backboard, but Matt able to clear it away. Both Atelier and NRG, strong spider clear game right now. This Turtle will slow this one down. Over the top of one. Matt with a nice setup. Sizz will try and follow in the corner. Back out. Can Matt be there? He's in the air, shoots, but misses the goal. He'll be trying to back pass here to Sizz, who pops it out to Turtle. Excellent turnaround for a quick second attempt, but not able to get it through Garrett G. This Fireburner will get a demo. Jacob will look to secure this goal. Matt will be able to read that one. Patience on the ground, paying off for Matt as he's got an open net in front of him. It's going to go in, and that's going to be a tie game with 16 seconds left.
Big mistake for Garrett here, trying to pop this around. He gets inside of it, and the issue with it is Matt is just approaching quietly, able to dump on top. Nobody back in net to make the save. They tied up with 16 seconds left.
And such brilliance from Matt. With only 16 seconds left, you're down by 1.
Oh, it's that pressure.
Easy situation to lose your cool, but plays so slow and able to get the lead back for his team. He'll get the block as well, keeping this game tied up. And they're going to try and finish this in regulation as they scream this one down into the blue. Garrett will put it high. Turtle looks to follow along, going for the fake touch. And Jacob with a shot. Can he finish it off? He does! That's our second buzzer beater for the win of the day.
Garrett making up for that mistake, plays it off the wall perfectly inside to awaiting Jacob, and then upside down again. They talked about how afraid Leaf is anytime he sees that, and then that perfect placement. Unfortunately, trying to get the save, it still goes top left, and NRG clutches it with 0 seconds left.
Finishing it off just as it looked like Atelier had come right back into this, was going to send us to overtime, make it a competitive game number 1, and it was a competitive game number 1, but Jacob and Fireburner just shutting it down here. The pass came from their own corner. The entire field was crossed by that
coast to coast, as they were saying earlier, and Jacob with a hat trick, 100% accuracy on his shots.
These guys are just on fire right now. After coming off of the win and from their previous series, now just carrying it right over into the second series here. They're going to look to try and see if they can 3-0 Atelier here.
There's definitely a possibility, and that's frustrating too for Atelier. Like to come back and be like, all right, we got this. It's coming down. Let's hope for overtime. Big issue. Can't hope for overtime against NRG. They're going to full field pass it and get a counterattack on you. But still, like, they're showing up. Like, you talked about how Matt's decision-making. Like, they're in a situation where, okay, we could just let this settle. No. Let's pressure. Let's play it smart. Let's approach carefully. Let's not over-aggress it. And because of that, Garrett makes a mistake, and he gets a capitalization out of it.
He's able to score there. And we see Matt doing a lot of work scoring both of the goals. One of those assisted by Sizz, but Turtle opening up the donut shop here in the bottom, not able to get anything on the board for game number 1. We'll see if he can improve in game number 2. So Atelier going to look to tie this series up now, so they can kind of come back together. It's hard to like look at that game and be like, oh, Atelier, here's what they need to fix, when it's like you got beat by a fantastic offensive play there at the end.
Well, despite that, a lot of the problems actually had to do with double commitment. There was too many times that Turtle, it looks like Turtle's like having, and they mentioned this on the desk, where they haven't fully meshed yet. Like, they're still trying to figure out where Turtle's going to fit in to this Matt and Sizz duo that's been together for so long. And too many times he's trying to just assert himself into a play to be like, okay, I'm here, I'm being involved. But they're both going for it at the same time.
Look at the power on that clear. Jacob setting this up basically to himself, does not find the net. It goes just above the crossbar, but dangerous plays from NRG right out of the gates here in game number 2. The demo into Matt. Send him to the back line, but Sizz still with ball control on the back wall. Fireburner lost soft touch out. Turtle not quite able to touch it before Jacob cleared it away. Dangerous situation for NRG. Atelier still threatening as Sizz sets that one out. Turtle up, but Garrett will win the 50-50. The two teammates clashing, the two former teammates clashing in the air, and Garrett will shoot Matt with the save, keeping us at 0-0. Exciting game here in the first minute.
Good decision as well from Garrett. After he got that touch, he was completely out of boost, picks up a 12 boost pad, and then puts a shot on immediately.
Garrett will set that one out, winning the 50-50 on the wall. Now Turtle, nice pass off the wall. Matt trying to pick it up. Fireburner with a shot. Jacob with the re-angle just sends it straight in. 1-0 for NRG.
Again, the placement coming out. You see the 50-50. Two actually commit to it, but as soon as that happened, Jacob tries to roll out, and he's going for two things. One, I got to reposition myself. I'm going to steal their boost. But as soon as he sees that pass, he stops, puts himself in a position, and puts a beautiful shot on net.
Did you see that drift turn? He knew Fireburner was passing straight to him.
Oh, he had no, like, half a second to react.
Oh, man. These guys. Jacob playing lights out, assisted by both of his teammates right now. Jacob with a nice pass to Fireburner. He can play the setup man too. Sends that one straight down. Fireburner with this opportunity still to keep this offense going.
Good boost tonight.
He's going to dribble this one straight around. Such ball control from Fireburner. Matt will read it and send it away. Now it's up to Sizz. Oh dear, the touch right in front of the box. Can Garrett put this one in? He bumps Jacob out of the way, but Jacob still gets the pass.
Trying to put Jacob in, it looks like.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think Jacob's worth any points, but it's okay. Now it's going to drop straight down. Dangerous place here. Turtle almost able to put that in, but blocked away by the NRG defense. Garrett's in a rough position, but Jacob will be able to pick up ball control, take it away. Turtle's touch into the middle. With 50-50s right now going in favor of Atelier. This gives them ball control. Nice attempt there, but Garrett in net, keeps his head and his wits about him. Is able to block that one, keep it out, and still the 1-0 lead for NRG.
See Atelier starting to put on pressure as Matt comes across. And that's what they do. Oh, no. Can it go?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Fireburner. And he's got a 1v1 here. He's going to go all the way down. Can Garrett redirect it in? No, he doesn't go for the touch. Crazy situation there.
I can't believe they didn't get that. And a lot of it had to do, that opportunity was created because Matt wasn't afraid to come up as a third man. They send the entire team and don't actually get punished for it. That one should have went in, but Turtle trying to come in just barely whiffs.
This has been a good offensive showing from Atelier. They start to heat things up, more and more opportunities to score, but they have to put it in. They want to get the win here. Matt with a nice setup. Turtle's already in the air. A nice threat. Directs it away from Jacob. Excellent play from Atelier.
The in-field pass plays from Atelier is something they were so good at preseason, but look at this pass play coming across in middle. Turtle recognizes it immediately, gets up so quick, and then making sure to turn towards the ball so when it hits the wheel, it goes back in towards the net and able to take that sharp enough of a cut to get underneath that team.
And I want to comment on the awareness of Jacob to realize where their weak spot was on the goal. He almost had the save there, was just the splittest of seconds too late. But there we see the tie game.
Atelier has really picked up the pace too.
And Turtle able to put that one in too. No donut shop game number 2. Matt now onto the backboard once more, looking for the lead here in game 2. Seeing if they can tie up the series. A game apiece. Is onto the wall. He'll be following up his own touch. Passes to Turtle. Nice way to buy time for Matt to move up. Turtle will try to move in, but Garrett clears it away. Sizz looks to intercept this. He's got the read above Jacob. Fireburner into the side. Sizz out to Matt. Garrett with a clear downfield. Fireburner continues this one. Jacob is up and in dangerous position. Will try to drop it straight down, but Sizz picks that one up before Fireburner can finish it. Immediately turns it around. Great transition from Atelier onto offense. The clear from NRG. Break that down and immediately swing it back in the other direction. 1:30 in game number 2. Both teams have 1 point, and Turtle driving this down the field. Only one player in the back. It's Jacob. He gets it over the top. Can they finish it off? No. Fireburner keeps it away. Matt taking another shot, but soft enough for Jacob to clear it away, and here comes NRG transitioning back.
Unfortunate for Turtle as well. That dribbled downfield. He got an extra touch on it when he was trying to cut it back inside. He wanted to flick it up to start bouncing it, but unfortunately it hit the front of his car and put too much pace on it. He couldn't catch up to it, so instead he bodies it. He stays 50-50 and tries to push it in front of the net. Able to recorrect himself after a small mistake.
Fireburner trying to set this one up. Matt hangs back in net. It's Turtle with a nice clear onto the backboard. Garrett will be there. Sends it over the side, just interrupting the bounce. Now Jacob onto the backboard again. Can he finish off his own touch? So close. 3 players going for that one. Fireburner will send it into the side. 39 seconds left in game number 2. We're tied up at 1 apiece. The last game, the game was won after the clock hit 0. So while it might look like we're going to overtime, we got 26 seconds for this to go in either direction. As Fireburner passes to Matt, who gets pit maneuvered away. He's not going to be able to gain ball control on this one. Turtle will play it over the top. of that front line of NRG. Garrett's touch is weak, and Matt is in the air. This is a good opportunity right here as Turtle sets this one out. Can Sizz get high enough? He goes for the angle, but Garrett had the time to get repositioned in goal, and here's the danger from NRG, moving upfield. The ball lofted in the midfield. Jacob passes up to Garrett G, who tries to get the touch. Can Jacob finish it off 2 games in a row? So close from that one. Fireburner will look to keep this one alive as he shoots towards the net, and still a dangerous place. It will finally touch the ground. Oh man, they almost did it twice.
Yeah, they looked like they were going to go for a full court there again, but able to stop it out. You see how preemptive this team is on energy as well. Garrett going up on the wall as soon as that ball goes into the corner on the Atelier side, just to push it right back in. Just these soft touches, if they're not perfect, like these guys are counterattacking so very quick.
Turtle with the second touch, put that over the top of Jacob. Matt puts it on the back wall and passes out. Sizz will look for the opportunity, pushes out of his own half, but Garrett with a nice setup. No one's really in a good position on defense. Turtle able to get there. He got so much air off of double jumping up. Excellent play from Turtle in a really rough defensive spot, keeping Atelier alive in game 2.
Yep, trying to go for a counterattack. They play that up too high, where Garrett loves to be barely missing on that shot.
Oh, here's an opportunity for Atelier. Only one player set up on defense, and this is Jacob. They get the second touch over the top. Garrett driving backwards in net, trying to get as much time as he can to read this ball. He'll be able to come out of net. Move up with Fireburner, this double threat just over the top of Turtle. It'll be Matt in the back.
Wow, Matt.
He's going to get that over 2. It's only 1 in the back right now. Garrett able to clear it away. Sizz now trying to follow this one out. Matt will back pass to Turtle. Dangerous position right now for Atelier as Jacob has the opportunity to pass. He misses the touch in the corner. That'll be Matt and Sizz. Here comes their double threat option. A nice pass into the middle. Matt looks for the shot. He looks for the dunk, but cannot get it on target. Atelier, so much threat right now, as they have so many opportunities to score here in this overtime. 1:30 in. Garrett goes for the air dribble. Sizz will just take it straight away from him. He'll be able to play that one out to Matt. Takes a shot on the backboard. Jacob's up to interrupt. He'll send it over to the corner. So close on both sides.
Oh, Turtle!
He gets the mind game under both of them, and Atelier will tie up the series.
Turtle, we talked about methodical and smart, and what does he do? He does this the best, plays a pass back into himself, and then rather than forcing it, he mind games him, draws out that last defender, and then plays it inside. What decision-making from Turtle.
An excellent play. After seeing the ball was being passed so well on both sides, and both teams' defenses were able to hold on as the ball was flying up and down the field. What did it take? It took Turtle slowing this one down, playing the mind games, gets it into the goal. Complete turnaround from game number 2 as he's the MVP.
8 shots to 7 coming out. Atelier on top. But a lot of it had to do with their defense for Atelier. A lot of these shots coming out, you saw how creative they were getting. And then out of nowhere, like, Jacob was up on that corner, like you said, where he missed it. All 3 players were sitting inside the box just like, do it. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And he just didn't do anything. Like, he was afraid or intimidated by that defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Atelier making the changes they needed to make in game number 1, and they're able to pull it off the win here, tying up the series, a game apiece. And yeah, that's a thing that's happening right now, folks. He took a that's brisk right there, man.
I think they're happy about that.
I think so, too. Anyways, we're going to be seeing, if we can just take another look here at the final play there from Turtle, the way he was able to get that in, get the win here. Amazing stuff from this player as he's able to tie up the series.
Yeah, like you said, like perfectly placing his car, like to have that split-second decision, too. So he cuts it on the perfect side on the inside of his car, and it brings it back inside. And then instead of going for a 50-50 or trying to force it, he just stops. And all that momentum then coming through, because the person on defense is basically looking for a 50-50 there.
Sure.
They're trying to pinch that back outside because they have the appropriate angle. But when there's no one there to have that 50-50 with, you look like a fool, and Turtle looks like a god.
He certainly did, making huge improvement from game number 1. And now, game 3, we will have at least a 3-1 finish. And that trend will continue here as NRG looks to see if they can get things back underway, back under control. But Sizz with an excellent shot towards the net, just wide. Matt keeps the pressure on. Turtle should be able to finish this one off. He does. Puts it in. Atelier picks up right where they left off.
Heating up, like you said, just one after another. Shots coming out, and that one touch. That ball bounced perfectly off that lip, kind of on that back wall. And instead of it rolling out and allowing Jacob to sweep through and clear it, bounces up, goes in between the 2 defenders, and Turtle's waiting.
Only took him 12 seconds to get on the board here in game 3. And Sizz will push that through. Matt looking for an opportunity. Fireburner with a weak touch, not what he wanted at all, but Garrett will clean up that one for him. It's back into the middle. Garrett onto the backboard. Matt will take this one away before he can finish it off with a double tap. Sizz playing that through Jacob. Excellent plays. Gets it through Fireburner as well. Dangerous situation. Turtle not able to make contact on the pass. Should give ball control back to NRG as they move into the orange. Jacob and Garrett both up for this. I'm not really sure.
Team plays.
You know, we talk about all the crazy things Jacob does. I feel like that's one of the ones where it's like, maybe that one didn't really work. I feel like that has to happen every once in a while with him.
Yeah, you should recognize that Garrett's coming in from behind him. Just needs to stay grounded and let Garrett clear back in.
Here comes NRG, Fireburner. Almost a freestyle pass there.
They're like a conga line when they go down that wall. Like all behind each other, just waiting for like their turn. It's pretty crazy.
Dun, 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 dun. Jacob will try to play that one through 2 defenders there. Fireburner over the top onto the backboard. Can Jacob set this one into the middle? It'll be Matt who clears it away. Solid clear from Matt all the way to the corner. A lot of hard clears, hard reads right now from both sides of the ball. So the ball is just doing loops around the edge. Sizz with an opportunity to shoot towards the net. It's a weak touch, but it goes to the side. 3 players in the corner right now for NRG, but Matt not able to make the touch he needs to set it out for Turtle. And that'll give ball control back to Fireburner. Sends it to Sizz. To Turtle. Easy setup here for Atelier. They drop it through, but Garrett with the clear. The last-minute touch. Excellent offensive push there from Atelier. Shut down by Garrett.
I will say this NRG team, what a screamer from Garrett. The way they work this field, look at this horizontal pass play. Rather than going directly towards the net, they pull it horizontal, it draws Matt up, and then a shot. There's 2 players there, and that's the only bad thing about that. But Garrett able to go on the top and then places it again across the body. The placement from those shots from Garrett, unbelievable.
It's like a power shot from midfield or further up into that upper 90 area. So difficult to block for anybody who's in net. And you'll see NRG tying up the game here. On the back of Garrett. Now Atelier, their own half. Jacob and Garrett kind of up for the same ball again, but it's working out? What is this? What did he do?
Demo for a demo. You see this player approaching. He goes for the demo on the teammate. Because of that, Jacob actually beats off that last defender. If someone wasn't moving forward to, I think they demoed Jake. No, it wasn't Jacob. Jacob got the goal. I'm
pretty sure it was a double demo into Atelier.
No, someone got demoed on NRG. It was Matt that came up and approached and demoed someone. Because of that, Turtle got beat out in that dribble.
Sure.
And then there was nobody else back because Matt came up to make a play there. Trying to counterattack, and they got beat for it.
The absurd plays continue here from NRG as they now have the lead here at halftime. Garrett will send this one down the field towards Turtle, who hangs in the back. Garrett continues to make the touches he needs. Fireburner moves up, sets this one out towards Jacob, who was actually hanging back. Turtle going to try and carry this one all the way, and Jacob will send it over to the side. Be able to pick it up off of the touch from Sizz, and NRG will transition to offense. A nice pass out from Jacob, but it'll cross the entire goal. Fireburner will send it back in the other direction. Garrett G not really seen anything he can work with yet. He'll try to go for the backboard pass. Jacob almost hits another ridiculous angle. It goes just off the corner. Now Turtle. Dribble this one over the top of Garrett. Only one in the back right now. Can he do it? Sends it towards the net, and it's Jacob who will block it away. He'll continue to follow that one, carry it over the top of his own goal. He's now out of play off the touch from Turtle, but Garrett wins that 50-50 hard and sends it back out to midfield.
Not only does he win the 50-50, but it allows him to follow it up, too, as he lands on the wall.
Oh, man. So close there. Jacob able to get right in the way, clear it away, and give the ball to his teammate Fireburner. This ball's not spending a lot of time on either side. No team's really kind of built up an offensive siege yet. It's been just quick strikes. If it doesn't work, get back on the defense because both teams are playing fast.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with those quick counterattacks we were mentioning earlier. As soon as this ball goes on the side, they, despite not maintaining like a lot of possession, they do it smart. Like they clear it downfield if there's someone approaching. If not, you see the dribble plays happen.
Off the backboard, Turtle in the air. Fireburner who clears it away. Sizz will look for opportunity number 2, but both he and Matt fall back. Probably not feeling comfortable with that bounce. Maybe a situation where they didn't have enough boost. Matt will try to send this one out. Garrett misses. Jacob will be able to pick that one up. That clears into the far corner where nobody is waiting. Situations where you start to see teammates really able, or teams really able to set up a long offensive. NRG had the opportunity there, and Sizz going to try and dribble this one out all by himself, but Garrett immediately back in. He's going to get up and try and send this one over the top of Matt. Misses the touch, but Matt just lofts it up. Jacob with an opportunity to drop this. Can he double tap it? No. Turtle clears it away. 30 seconds remaining. Atelier needing a goal to send it to overtime. So they will send that one over to the side. If they drop this game here, that'll be 2 wins in the books for NRG, and they will be approaching the win of the match. Sizz, nice touch there. to eliminate Fireburner. It goes into the corner with the final 10 seconds. It's Jacob with ball control, sending it into the orange. Atelier needs it the other direction. A nice pass up to waiting Matt. He does not make contact with the ball. Sizz has the opportunity. It's in the air, but Fireburner will try to kill this one straight down. NRG with the win in game 3.
Something I started noticing a lot with NRG as well. When they're up in the corner and they're not able to get anything, they do a really good job of, despite just hitting the ball, they do it with the intent of passing it backwards to their own team. Like, there's too many times that you see Jacob where he's in a position where he's actually going to get beat out. So what does he do? He still contests it, but he pushes it back to his own teammates because then they can maintain that clear back in for a counterattack. And since he's already moving backwards, he's able to then get boost and then rotate back in. And it's really smart. There's not too many teams in North America that do that.
Absolutely not. And NRG able to bounce back after dropping the game in overtime in game 2. They are now 1 win away from securing their first series win in RLCS Season 3. So we'll see if they're able to bounce back there, Garrett, or see if they're able to continue on. Garrett G, really big player here in game number 3. 5 shots from this player. They're giving him the ball a lot and letting him really take the shots, put on that accuracy we saw all of last season.
Yeah, and the first couple of games for this series as well, like, it just seems that Garrett wasn't as involved as much, but he's definitely showing up in other ways. Like, you see it there, like the way that he's rotating in, nobody else is there, so he's trying to come in clutch. Like, he's trying to find ways to get himself involved, and that's what great players do, is they're showing up on offense and defense, even though initially he wasn't really getting his name called out because Jacob has definitely been trying to do his best.
They have been playing so strong through this entire series. I'm excited to see how they are able to carry it here in game 4. Will Atelier bounce back? Will we get our first game 5 of season play, or will we have our 4th 3-1, I believe, of the day?
I mean, if history repeats itself, man, like, yeah, we got a 4-1 coming up, or 3-1.
It's good to see that we haven't seen any sweeps yet. So far, the competition has been decently close. There's not been very many series where it's 2-1 sided, and Atelier making this one competitive here. Fireburner going to take a shot here off the beginning of game 4. That'll be Jacob who keeps that one in the corner. He'll look to play this one through, but Sizz muscles that one. Turtle will be able to soft touch this one over his former teammate. Fireburner in the corner. Matt wins it out, and Jacob sends it back. Keeping the ball in the orange right now. But oh my goodness, Sizz almost had the dunk on Garrett there. That would have been a brutal way to open up game 4. They're still looking for this first goal. As Matt passes it out, Sizz up in the air, gets the angle, but just high of the goal. Turtle still keeps the pressure on. Shot after shot coming out from both sides right now as Atelier counters on their offensive push. Be Jacob in the corner trying to clear this one out, but Turtle again winning the 50-50s, just playing simple, playing strong, going, what do I need right now? I just need to get the ball away from the NRG squad, try to keep it in their half. Right now the 50-50 is going in favor of NRG. They'll clear it back now as Atelier moves up. Garrett clears that one out to the side. Just back and forth here in the first minute of game number 4.
Yeah, Atelier is doing a much better job, though, maintaining possession. We saw a bump. Is he going to get it?
My goodness, it looked like they had bumped Sizz out of the way, but Sizz able to keep control of his car, gets the first goal.
Hey, you see Turtle play this. A beautiful pass from Turtle, drawing that up. You see Jacob trying to rotate around and not able to get to it. Just like you said, they thought Sizz got bumped out, but he's able to correct himself and then put another quick shot on the post. If he would have played that anywhere else, it would have been saved by Jacob.
Amazing play there by Sizz, just to, after he gets loose in the air, regain control of his car, take the shot that was presented to him, and get Atelier on the board here. See if they're able to continue this lead. I don't think we've seen them with a lead of more than 1 at any point in this series. They need the win here. A nice pass out from Sizz. Can Matt take the shot? It goes high, and he will not be able to block, but he continues to push and then to demo Fireburner. Only 2 people back. Sizz tries to make it a 2-goal game, but Jacob with the save. It'll be Fireburner and Jacob moving up on offense.
Well, looks like Fireburner's going to win the 50-50. But there it is again, that back pass coming out from Jacob. Even though he's not able to push it towards net, passes it back to his team. They maintain possession, and then they go for another try.
Turtle over to Sizz. Excellent passing to move Garrett out of goal, but immediately NRG with Fireburner's touch is able to create some offensive pressure. Matt will send that one down into the corner. Jacob was following along, knew where it would go. Follows off the ceiling, okay. Then Fireburner out to Jacob once more. Moving up aggressively, an excellent pass from Jacob from the corner. Garrett will shoot, it will go just off the crossbar. Turtle takes it over the top of Fireburner and gets the demo. The demo will spawn Fireburner back on defense, so it doesn't actually eliminate him from contention the same way it would have if he had just juked around him. But still, excellent plays from Turtle. Fireburner in a dangerous position, though, will drop this one towards the net and in. Matt just had to sit and watch.
Yeah, Fireburner going up on this one, and it looked like he was going to hit it too hard, so what does he do? He feathers his boost, and then making sure to hit it with the underside of his car. Just high enough and just light enough to make sure that it's in that perfect placement right below the crossbar.
2:24 left on the clock, just past halftime. We have a tie game in game number 4 as Atelier looks to even up the series of 2 games apiece, see if we can get a game 5. It's Matt and Turtle right now up on offense. Jacob plays it over the top of one, and Fireburner takes a nice shot towards net. Sizz playing strong, good awareness from Sizz that he needed to be back on defense. Right now it's just a 1-to-1 game, not a situation to be running a 3-0 offense. Just keep the 2-1 set up, keep someone in the back. Sizz will pick up boost and look to meet Garrett with this one, but Garrett drops that one across the net. Dangerous play for Atelier. Turtle in the air, missed contact. Matt will send it over to the side. But Garrett, just better awareness it feels like right now from NRG on all of the reads. Just being able to know how this ball is going to bounce off the wall. It seems like they are not. There's not as many 50-50s because they are just reading the ball better than Atelier right now.
Yeah, clean rotations coming in. You see the way that Garrett's picking up all that boost too as he brings it back out. But at the very start, it was actually Atelier. They were controlling the possession really well, and just 50-50s on every side. They dominated it. But like you said, the perception coming out from this NRG squad, like they're always ready for whatever this team's going to do, and they're getting punished for it too.
This is a dangerous position right now. Matt has had the time to recollect himself, become aware of the situation, but a bump on Turtle in net could still spell danger, could spell the end of this series. So we hit the final minute. If NRG scores, it'll be the end of the series, and they will improve to 2-0 in league play. Atelier will receive their first loss. As Garrett plays that one. Into the other half, Sizz knew where it would be, plays it straight back down, but there's Fireburner. Turtle plays it high. Matt into the corner where Jacob is waiting. He's able to eliminate Jacob. Now Garrett will follow up right behind him, fill in his shoes. It's Turtle sending that one down. Garrett over the side. Jacob will send it along the edge. Final 30 seconds are here. Garrett G onto the backboard. Both teams, any goal right now almost secures the win. Sizz in a dangerous position, misses the clear. Luckily, he's able to play that one past Fireburner, but Garrett G with an opportunity to win the game does not send it into net. Turtle now going to go for the carry. Can he do it? The pass across to Sizz does not make it. Overtime again.
Well, we talked so many times about how the kickoff is a momentum reset. This is where Atelier has the chance. They win the 50-50 here, but can they maintain it and put some shots on net?
Oh, so close there. Turtle had the opportunity. Nobody in net right now, but Jacob moves out. Matt plays that one up. He's going into the corner. Jacob rotates into goal. Fireburner will win the 50-50, and Matt will get demoed deep in NRG territory. Turtle with the play downfield, and Garrett G meets it high in the air. Neither team really committing on offense at the moment. Jacob eliminated by that aerial. Oh, such a close play. Can Sizz finish this one off? He sends it out for Matt, but Fireburner, the block, he knew, just get up in their face. Don't give them any shots. They keep this game going 39 seconds into overtime.
What a clutch save coming up from Fireburner, staying patient. You even see that with his dribbles that he had initially, where he popped that up. Instead of going for the first touch, he fakes it, and then he runs out of boost, unfortunately, to go for the second. But these guys just trying to switch up what they're doing to get a goal, because this common stuff does not work for either of these teams.
Now Atelier going for the pass plays. So far, the positioning of NRG has been able to meet them at every point. But here comes a dangerous play. Turtle has to win this one. He does. Sends it back down the field.
Buys a lot of time.
Garrett G will be able to meet this one. Turtle again on the wall. Sets it out, and Matt not able to quite make contact. He Sizz in the back. So he sends that one out towards Turtle again. Turtle picks up the touch there. It looks like he's playing in the wrong direction, but he's not allowing Garrett to gain ball control. At least he's keeping it in his team's half, keeping it in his team's control. As Sizz passes to Matt, takes a shot towards the net that goes wide. 1:34 now into overtime. NRG going to try and finish it off here. Nobody in net. Where was the defense?
A lot of it had to do with this last play from Garrett, the decision-making here. He goes for the touch and just waits, rather than going up like he has been. A lot of the times, Garrett has been conditioning this team. As soon as he gets the ball, he clears it off the sidewall and then follows it up for an aerial. This time, what does he do? He just stays grounded, waits for his touch, and then passes it to Fireburner. Goes for the safe and smart play, and it pays off.
It does pay off as they get the win here over Atelier. They are now improved to 2-0 in the season. season. NRG looking in top form here on the first day of the North American qualifier, North American seasonal play. And I mean, most of it has been just the Jacob show.
Yeah, Jacob has been playing out of his mind today, just all these weird touches. You even see, like, there's angles where the ball's, like, on the top left side of the net, and Garrett goes for the shot, doesn't get it. And then Jacob swoops in out of nowhere and still manages to get a touch and almost hit it in the net, too. It's like, Jacob, why are you even... Oh, okay, that's why. Like, it makes no sense in his weirdness of what we call when he plays, but he's making it work, and that pressure that they apply is just unbelievable.
You know what else doesn't make any sense? Why Leaf actually has a pair of sunglasses when he has a sunglass scam attacking his Twitter? Like, how does he actually have sunglasses if it's a scam?
Canadian things?
I don't know. What desk guys? What do you guys think about this? Axel Toss, back to you.
Great question, Wavepunk and Lawler. Thank you for the excellent commentary, as always. NRG is the answer to most of our questions today, because they're doing pretty well, going 2-0. They're going to be super happy. Again, picking up a little bit from where they left off in Season 2. Garrett G seeming to be a great addition to that squad. But there we go, 3-1 over Atelier.
What?
Atelier. I'm going to try to see how many different ways I can say it before the broadcast is over. But ultimately, NRG with the 3-1.
It's not like you gave up halfway through that word. But NRG, though, NRG, I had faith. They again, we saw in Radiance, they kept the lead the whole time. The games were close, but it just felt like NRG was dominating the whole time. This one, I didn't feel they were as dominant, but they were certainly in control.
I mean, they definitely were, but I mean, going into overtime in game number 4, Atelier being literally just one play away from tying up the series, bringing it to game 5, I think definitely goes to show a lot of the skill they're slowly going to bring. And I still stand by my statement. I think they are going to only get better week by week by week, where the team like NRG comes in strong and has to stay strong. And also everyone has expectations of NRG, whereas Atelier not as much.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think NRG, they have proven in Season 1 and Season 2 that online, they're gods. Yep. They went into the World Championship with the #1 seed both times, now getting off to a 2-0 start. They're playing sick. The thing that's different for me is that Jacob is the one making the goals happen. He's scored over half the goals for NRG in these 2 series. He just popped off.
I mentioned it a bit. I was talking about it off when we were not on camera. Their old roster winner had Sad Jr. I think that both Jacob and Sad Jr. are a little too similar in like their wild antics. And they're both doing some crazy things. I love watching them play, but on the same pitch together, I think it was a little difficult for them to consistently make movements that were predictable even for themselves. So I think now that they've gotten somebody who's just raw and consistent like Garrett G, it lets Jacob do his thing. Like Jacob just kind of does whatever.
Weird things.
Yeah, his weird things. Fireburner and Garrett are really good at reading. I mean, Fireburner we know. I think he's got some of the best map awareness. He just always knows where his team is, and he always knows where to be.
Definitely excited to see how NRG continues to develop the skill they already have as the season goes along. That being said, though, let's take a look at some updated standings. We're a little more than halfway through the day here. We have our first 4 matches in the books for Week 1 of the RLCS. There you see Selfless there at the top with NRG with 2 wins and no losses, and at the bottom, Radiance, 0 wins, 2 losses. Still to play today, we have G2 and Take 3, as well as Denial coming up in a little bit. So, guys, thoughts on the standings as they stand so far?
So Radiance is the team that knocked Iris down into the lower bracket of the qualifier, and they were a team that beat Atelier to make it into the league. They did it through winners. And coming into this league, people were skeptical of how they were going to perform, and this isn't the greatest start. They're already in trouble, down 2-0. They have not gotten a win, and they're 2 losses on the season. They've got 5 more matches to make something happen, but I'm a little bit worried right now from Radiance.
But as I mentioned, with Gibbs earlier just this week in a tournament, they beat Take 3 in like the opening round of a tournament. So they definitely have the capabilities to do it, especially if a team isn't playing at their fullest. I do think they had a rough week. I think also the first week they had some big teams they had to go against. It was just a tough first week for them, and I think coming off of this week, they're like, okay, well, it can't get much harder. So as long as we can try and fill those holes that we were making mistakes in, then I think they've got a shot, but I think they will be one of the teams that is going to be competing to make it into the playoffs.
We'll see what happens. The storyline's starting to unfold here in Week 1. Atelier will keep playing today, and they're going up against a team you might have heard of, maybe. They're called G2, and they're led by Kronovi. And they're coming up next. It's G2 versus Atelier here on the Rocket League Championship Series. It's Week 1 for North America. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.